There comes a moment for many people after 50 when the room hasn't gotten darker, but it somehow feels that way. You hold a menu a little farther away. You hesitate before driving at night because oncoming headlights seem brighter than they used to. Reading starts to depend on finding just the right light. It's easy to wonder whether one food or one supplement could turn the clock back. If there's one food that consistently stands out in research on eye health after 50, it isn't rare or expensive. It's leafy greens, foods like spinach, kale, and collard greens. So why has something so ordinary attracted so much scientific attention? The answer begins in one of the most remarkable tissues in the human body, the retina. The retina is a thin layer of nerve tissue lining the back of the eye. Every waking moment, it transforms light into electrical signals that your brain recognizes as faces, colors, sunsets, and the smile of someone you love. At its center is a tiny but essential area called the macula. It's responsible for the sharp central vision you rely on to read, drive, cook, sew, or recognize familiar faces. The macula works constantly. Like any busy engine, it produces metabolic waste while being exposed to light throughout the day. Over decades, that creates oxidative stress, a natural process that can gradually damage delicate cells if the body's protective systems can't keep up. This is where nutrition becomes part of the story. Among the thousands of plant compounds we eat, two stand out for their unique role in eye health: lutein and zeaxanthin. Unlike many nutrients that circulate throughout the body, these carotenoids become highly concentrated in the macula itself, forming what's known as the macular pigment. You can think of it as a pair of internal sunglasses. It helps filter high-energy blue light while also acting as an antioxidant that protects retinal cells from oxidative damage. It's a remarkable example of how efficiently the body works. These nutrients aren't stored at random. They're concentrated exactly where they're needed most. Leafy green vegetables are among the richest natural sources of lutein and zeaxanthin. Eggs, peas, corn, and several other foods also contribute, but dark leafy greens consistently provide some of the highest amounts. Of course, it's fair to ask whether this is simply a nutrition theory. To answer that question, researchers conducted major clinical studies. The best known is the AREDS2 trial, which found that lutein and zeaxanthin can help reduce the risk of progression of age-related macular degeneration in certain people. The findings don't suggest these nutrients are miracle cures, and they don't restore lost vision. Instead, they show that targeted nutrition can support the health of aging eyes under specific circumstances. That distinction matters. Healthy aging rarely comes from dramatic transformations. More often, it grows from small biological advantages that accumulate over time. Think about caring for a garden. One day of watering won't produce healthy flowers, but steady care over many seasons creates resilience. Nutrition works much the same way. This also explains why the idea of a single, best superfood has its limits. Spinach deserves its reputation, but spinach alone can't overcome smoking, uncontrolled diabetes, unmanaged high blood pressure, chronic sleep loss, or years of poor eating habits. The eyes don't function in isolation. The retina depends on thousands of tiny blood vessels that constantly deliver oxygen and nutrients. Blood sugar affects delicate retinal tissue. High blood pressure can damage those microscopic vessels. Inflammation throughout the body can also influence the health of your eyes. In many ways, your vision reflects the health of your entire body. That's one reason overall eating patterns consistently outperform individual foods. People who follow Mediterranean-style diets, rich in vegetables, fruits, legumes, nuts, olive oil, whole grains, and fish, often experience benefits that extend well beyond heart health. Together, these foods provide antioxidants, healthy fats, vitamins, minerals, and plant compounds that support the body in ways no single food can. Omega-3 fats from oily fish may also support retinal health and help relieve dry eye symptoms in some people, although research findings vary depending on the condition being studied. The lesson isn't that spinach competes with salmon, blueberries, or walnuts. It's that healthy foods work together. Nature rarely relies on a single hero. Our daily habits also influence how well our eyes benefit from these nutrients. Regular physical activity supports the circulation that nourishes the retina. Not smoking helps reduce oxidative stress. Wearing sunglasses during long periods outdoors protects your eyes from excessive ultraviolet exposure. Managing chronic conditions helps preserve the tiny blood vessels that keep the retina healthy. And regular comprehensive eye exams can detect problems early, often before noticeable symptoms appear. Each habit strengthens the next. Perhaps that's why conversations about superfoods sometimes miss the bigger picture. We often ask, "What should I eat to protect my eyes?" A better question might be, "What kind of life helps my eyes stay healthy?" That question changes the conversation. Because vision is about much more than eyesight. It's about reading bedtime stories to grandchildren, walking confidently through unfamiliar places while traveling, recognizing a friend's face across a room, painting, woodworking, gardening, birdwatching, quilting, photography, or simply watching the evening sky change color. Healthy vision helps us stay connected to the people and activities that give life meaning. Researchers studying healthy aging consistently find that independence depends on many systems working together: mobility, cognition, hearing, balance, cardiovascular health, and vision. When one system declines, the others often have to compensate. Protecting your vision isn't simply about seeing more clearly. It's about preserving confidence, connection, and independence. Seen that way, a bowl of spinach becomes more than an ordinary side dish. Not because it has magical powers, but because it represents one small investment in your future self, the version of you who still enjoys morning walks, still reads before bed, still drives to visit old friends, and still notices the colors of autumn leaves. So if someone asks about the best superfood for eye health after 50, leafy greens deserve to be near the top of the list because they're exceptionally rich in lutein and zeaxanthin. And the scientific evidence supporting these nutrients is strong. But perhaps the more important answer is this: the greatest superfood isn't defined by a label. It's defined by consistency. One meal won't determine the future of your eyesight. One vegetable won't guarantee lifelong vision. But nourishing meals, repeated over the years, combined with regular exercise, good sleep, avoiding tobacco, managing chronic conditions, protecting your eyes from excessive sunlight, and keeping up with routine eye care can make a meaningful difference. Healthy aging is rarely about finding extraordinary solutions. It's about making ordinary choices, again and again, until they quietly shape an extraordinary future. Every healthy meal, every walk, every eye exam, every thoughtful decision, Each one is an investment not only in your eyesight, but in the life you hope those eyes will continue to see for many years to come. If this perspective helped you think about eye health in a new way, we'd love to hear from you. Share one daily habit that helps you care for your vision. Your experience may encourage someone else to take one small step today, one that helps them keep seeing the people, places, and moments they treasure most.